just go give it my best effort and control what I can, right? I can control my effort, I can control my attitude, and go out there and surrender the outcome, wrestle for 7 minutes like Doug always preaches.
Not so much about the winning as it is competing the way I want to compete and represent myself the way I want to on the mat, and I definitely believe that's what I'm set myself up to do.
A pair of past Big 12 champions collides here at 184 pounds. And there's your reigning champion, Parker Keckeisen out of Northern Iowa. He won the league in 21, and then in 22, and then in 2023 as well. In fact, the Panthers have had the champion at 184 pounds for the last 6 years. They've been so dominant at this weight. From Drew Foster to Taylor Lujan, 3 from Parker Keckeisen. Before that, it was 3 straight for Nolan Boyd of Oklahoma State. And Dustin Plott has a chance to bring the Big 12 title at 184 pounds back to Stillwater. He's a 2-time All-American, Rock, in his first year up at 184 pounds.
And looking really good up at 184. He still has that sweep single, and Coach said he's gotten really strong. But Parker Keckeisen is good in every position and wrestles the UNI way. Very calm, doesn't get too high. They know where they're good, and they stay where they're good.
Keckeisen a perfect record this year. His last loss against Penn State's Aaron Brooks in the NCAA Finals last year, right here on this very mat. Scoring 3 matches, though, here in Tulsa for Keckeisen. He's outdueled the competition 43-10. Plott has been equally great. What a start from Keckeisen.
He did an outside single, and then immediately, as Plott was starting to square up, he took his head to the outside to like an outside high C. What was interesting, too, is that he was doing a hard left leg lead, and that's what Dustin Plott likes to shoot to.
Well, for perspective, Plott in his path here to the finals has racked up the points yesterday in the semis, a 21-4 win over Sam Wolf of Air Force. You've got number 1, number 2 in the country going for a Big 12 title.
Parker Keckeisen is really, really good.
Go ahead, Thunder. Get your point. 1.
I think that's underselling it,
Rock. What I like so much about him is that everything he does is really strong. And I'm not talking physically strength. It's just on his feet. His motion is for a purpose. It's just not herky-jerky. He's doing everything for purpose. And then when he's in on a leg or when he's defending, you can see him thinking what's next. But it's constant motion, but constant thinking.
And Keckeisen, a redshirt junior from Glendale, Wisconsin, has never finished worse than 3rd at the NCAA championships. 3rd twice, 2nd last year.
Nice re-attack there. And now you see how he's going to his right side to try and beat the hip of Plott. Now he's got to cover the leg, and now he's going to try and get the other leg to get the takedown. As Plott was trying to sit. Are they going to talk about that? And there's the break. There is reaction time. They're going to look at it. So at that point, it could have been beyond reaction time. I thought that it could have been let that go. I'm not sure if that. They gave it a 2. There has to be irrefutable evidence that it wasn't. We got to see that real time. There's the attack, and watch him go to that leg. As Plott is trying to sit, he's trying to beat it. You see how he's going around, going around, going around? And at this point, looking for that takedown. I can't see when it's been awarded.
Right there. Hand went up right before they went out.
So while reaction time is subjective, when you're really at this top level, reaction time gets tighter because guys are so good. So reaction time as you get to the higher level, the NCAA finals, it's a shorter reaction time because getting these guys in positions are not going to be too often, as opposed to little league kids where reaction time is a little longer because they're trying to figure it out. So I would have no problem if they gave that to him because the high level of number 1 and number 2 in the country.
Here comes the call from Jimmy Chen.
There's no takedown.
Yep. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Everything's good.
So it'll draw Keckeisen's lead down from 6-1 back to 3-1.
Yep. And for those that say referees never change their calls, that's not the case.
It's hard to do when they're the same ones reviewing their calls.
Correct.
A credit to those willing to say that the call on the mat was not correct the first time. 120 in the first. Second time these two meet up this year. Stall warning against Dustin Plott in their earlier meeting this season. What was a 12-6 win for Parker Keckeisen. And Plott said he's been waiting for this matchup ever since that loss at Gallagher-Iba Arena.
Wrestle here. 1, 2.
I love it when the wrestlers hear the count and they hold on to when it gets close to 5 and then they adjust.
Wrestle here, guys. Wrestle here.
Keckeisen has his ankles crossed.
Plott down 4. Keckeisen establishing over a minute of riding time in the first
Work
period.
center, guys. Work center.
Two-time All-American Dustin Plott for Oklahoma State. 3-time podium tripper Parker Keckeisen for Northern Iowa.
Let's see if Plott can get to his sweep single. Oftentimes he shoots to the right leg of his opponent.
3, 2, 1.
Busy time of year in the wrestling world and college basketball as well, with championship week well underway, and it continues tomorrow. West Coast Conference action in the semifinals in Las Vegas. Santa Clara, the number 4 seed against St. Mary's. Gonzaga, the number 2 seed against 3rd seeded San Francisco. Dons and Zags, 11:30 Eastern, ESPN2. That's tomorrow. Also available on the ESPN app.
Work here.
I love the fact that Dustin Plott did a straight stand-up.
Going.
When you do a straight stand-up, you put pressure on the top wrestler to bring him down, and as a result,
He's got one.
so because of that, the official warned him that you got your one, and Keckeisen said, yeah, I agree.
He could disagree, he'd be wrong.
And Keckeisen's right back in. He went, you see, he had his hand on the inside, and then he brought his hand to the outside. First, he had both his hands underneath, and then he brought that left hand outside. He's always keeping moving. You see, he uses his forearm to push that up. Look at that forearm. He's using that forearm to push it away. And that's just good wrestling there. He uses his forearm to push the thigh away. And Dustin Plott is doing what's called a chest wrap.
Keckeisen had the legs wrapped around Plott, inchworming his way into 3 more points.
He used the right forearm to push that thigh up. Most guys use their hand. He used his forearm and then swam the forearm out to get both legs. Oh, my goodness, that's smart.
What makes it more advantageous?
Your forearm. You have more strength in your forearm than just pushing your hand.
Good.
So Keckeisen got to get checked out. Forehead cut open.
Yeah, I don't see in that situation where Keckeisen does a good job of always moving. He doesn't get into a leg, because many times when you get into a leg, people want to hold and think what's next. As soon as you get to a leg, he was moving and moving one side to the other. And when you push the hand, you got to use more of your shoulder. With the forearm, you just move your elbow, and it takes less space to get that hand out. So when he was there, he used the forearm, and it's just an elbow push to bring it out, as opposed to using a hand where you need to push your whole shoulder up. I don't think I've seen that before.
There are probably a lot of guys who take on Parker Keckeisen and walk away with a loss and say, I haven't seen that before, in a variety of ways. Perfect 22-0 on the year. Hasn't lost since the NCAA finals last year.
Coach Lee Roper for UNI is one of the great minds in not just college wrestling, just in wrestling. I haven't seen that sweep single. There's a shot.
Going for it.
I want to see that sweep single that he's done forever. Somebody's bleeding. It's on the right shoulder.
It's probably Keckeisen. Yep. It's dripping right down his forehead.
This is good wrestling. A little blood action.
Blood.
He's going to get checked out again.
Yeah.
A little surprised they didn't put a covering on that to begin with.
Yeah.
Blood on the other side too. Yeah.
Now Plott's got to get cleaned off also. It's Keckeisen going for a 4th straight Big 12 championship. Last year became Northern Iowa's first 3-time Big 12 champion. You go back to his freshman year too, Doug Schwab, the head coach of Northern Iowa, and talking about him being the #1 seed that year as a freshman. And he said, yeah, that was what we planned for. He just takes so much risk that he's fun to watch. And now it's some pre-wraps of athletic tape to try and stem the crimson tide emanating from his forehead for the final 2 minutes.
Keckeisen has 1 minute 32 seconds of riding time. And Keckeisen decided that he's going to take the bottom.
Wait for me. Go ahead, bottom. Cover legal.
Plott doing a good job of keeping the pressure forward.
Wrestle here.
When you're on top, you want to keep the pressure moving forward on the shoulders and the hands. But as you can see, Keckeisen keeps moving. He keeps moving. Doesn't stand stationary. It's hard to lift somebody and return them to the mat when they keep moving. Many times when you return someone to the mat, you want to isolate a side. But if you keep moving, you don't know where to go.
And it really puts Plott in a difficult spot there, no matter what position he chooses to start the third, because he escapes within 20 seconds and makes it a 2 takedown lead.
Easy. Clean that up, guys. Clean it up.
So let's see if we get to that sweep single again
Clear the fingers.
by Plott.
So the role of aggressor assigned to Plott here if he wants to make it a comeback against Keckeisen.
Work center.
Neither of these guys have left this building in the last 2 years without being a Big 12 champion.
Coach Schwab, who's an animal working out, he told Keckeisen, said, "Come on, get in there, you know. Let's go." And that's the coach of your team. Tell him to get to the center. For good reason. He knew we could score.
It's almost like there's not a position that's disadvantageous for Parker Keckeisen.
That's what I was explaining. I said, this guy wrestles so well in every position. And I love the fact that his motion isn't wasted. He's definitely the favorite to win the NCAA championships at 184.
And this is #1 versus #2.
Yes. I mean, there's some heavy favorites. Keckeisen is a big favorite.
Hey, wait for me.
Aaron Brooks, heavy favorite. I will never ever say 125 is favorite for the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm going to pin you down and make you pick a champion at 125, Rock. The most chaotic weight class of the year.
Easy.
30 seconds to go, and Keckeisen on the verge of a bigger margin of victory than the first time that they met earlier this year. That was by 6.
Not just moving hands and feet, but moving everything. He's lowering his shoulders, moving his feet, moving his hands, constant motion, but not wasted motion. Parker Keckeisen is one of the most complete wrestlers in the NCAA right now.
And He continues his run of dominance in Tulsa, Oklahoma. New competitor in the finals, same result. For the 4th straight year, Parker Keckeisen stands alone at the top of 184 pounds in the Big 12. And that's really hard to do, starting from your freshman year.
In this conference. They're doing the handshake and just the chest bump. I want one.
I've done my job, so I just want to say, yeah.
Is he even tired?
So as we see, constant motion, finishes, takedown, and ends the match with a major decision. Parker Keckeisen is that guy.
Making those in purple and gold quite joyous here inside the BOK Center. Quinn is with the 4-time Big 12 champ.
Congratulations. What was most pleasing about that match?
I got the legs. I wanted to get the legs. He scrapped the whole time. You saw the match. We were scrapping. But blessed me with great teammates, great parents. And also, I don't know how you can't go wrestle hard after freaking Ryder Downey's performance.
Unbelievable.
So gritty SOBs. That's what Doug preaches. So I'm glad I got these guys on my side.
Do I get a chest bump?
Yeah. No, it's like this. Just soft. Yeah. There you go.
There you go. Blazer to the dry cleaners. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I think Doug Schwab will pick up that check. It was Downey at 57.